So we're going to shift gears a little bit from our Huggable Hangers Today special, but the hundreds of you who are still on the phone, definitely stay there. But we're going to move on now to some of those projects, you know, that we've put off all summer because you're on vacation and you're like, I'll get to it later, it's too hot. But right now, it's time to think about those projects that you've been wanting to take care of, whether it's painting over that mural that, you know, you're just so over, or maybe, you know, maybe freshening up that furniture, whatever it is. We've got a way for you to do it without any brushes, without any rollers, without all of the extras that you typically think of with painting. This is the Paint Zoom Platinum Professional Paint Sprayer. So this is, you know, how the professionals come over to your house and they spray, and they're done. Imagine how fast you can get your projects done. You get everything that you need, including the motor, 800 watts of power, including the sprayer. You even get the tape. You get the extra cloths, you get the drop cloth, the roll of tape, the spray gun, the hose, everything that you need. It weighs about 5 pounds, so anybody can do it. And this is going to be great for whether you're doing outside paint projects. You can use outdoor paint, indoor paint, stain. It's very simple to do. And we're going to share with you. It's 141221, and Mark Lewis, who is our product specialist, is joining us this morning. And Mark has been kind of painting around all morning.
I have, and I've been having a really good time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you,
it's good to work with you. And I see that you've got it all.
I do. I have everything right here. I'll tell you, if you're a DIY guy like I am, I'm never happier than when I have a project to do. But the one thing I just dread doing is painting. There's so much to prepare. There's rollers and brushes and chip brushes and edging things and all the mess, all the preparation, all of that can just go away because now I have the Paint Zoom.
Yes.
Like you said, it's super lightweight. Lift that up.
Right. It's like 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And because you can wear it, it doesn't even feel that heavy.
It's lighter than most people's handbags, I would imagine, right,
yes.
Tamara? And I want to show you just how easy it is. I'm going to start on this wall right here. Oh, don't worry, it's not going to get you. And I'm going to start on this wall right here. Now, of course, on a flat surface like this, you can see how it's just nice, even coverage, very simple, little back and forth motion. And in one coat, I can get this beautiful, even coverage. But there's something else about the Paint Zoom that's really special. It has this adjustable spray head. So I can do different spray patterns. I can go back and forth like that. I can also use it like this to go up and down on a wall. I'll show you. It's here. So it gets a nice edge that way.
Yes.
But even better than that, Tamara, I'll show you. I have a spot jet setting that goes diagonally like this, the spot jet setting. And I can get into the corners. I can get this crown molding up here that has this really nice kind of pattern in it. Watch this. And I can just get right in there, get that corner. If I tried this with an edging brush, this might take me 10, 15 minutes to do this corner alone. But with the Paint Zoom, I can go right up and down, and I can get that entire corner done in seconds flat with a beautiful even coverage, just like that.
Yes.
Textured
and you're not
surfaces.
Using as much paint as you would if you were using a roller because you're doing a nice even coat there.
Right. And I want to show you something actually really cool about this. Adjusted it this way. Okay. I can get the ceiling here. With no ladders, no stooping, no bending, no dripping paint in my hair, I can just come right across. I'm going to get ceiling like that.
Yes!
All right? Now my Paint Zoom is pretty much going straight up right now. No strain on my shoulder, no bending and stooping, no going up a ladder. It's a pretty standard height ceiling here, especially if you have something like a popcorn ceiling or any kind of a textured ceiling tiles, something that you want to cover over really easily. The Paint Zoom can do it so much easier than traditional painting would.
Right, and remember, you're getting everything that you need, so all you do is add the paint. And if you're concerned about, well, does it have to be a certain viscosity? That's one of the things I asked Mark. He said the instructional DVD is right there. He's on the DVD,
I did.
so it's going to be a face
DVD,
you know.
so you don't have to be a pro to paint like a pro. You can just follow the instructions there. It's all laid out so specifically, step by step. Thin the paint a little bit with this viscosity cup right here.
Yeah. And you're good to go.
You get professional results every time. I want to show you something, Tamara. Some common surfaces we have around the home. Here's some concrete, just masonry. Here's some wood paneling, if you still have some of that left over from from years ago.
We have some.
Here's some stucco, if you want to look outside the house, some stucco. Or brick. What about if you have an old brick fireplace that really needs some freshening up? Now, all of these surfaces are surfaces very difficult to paint with a brush or a roller. Getting in these little nooks and crannies, getting in these tiny little grooves, especially getting into this brick right here. But I'm going to show you with the paint zoom just how easy it is. I can come right across here. Look at that.
Yeah, you're getting
without
right
any
in there.
streaks, without any drips, without any splotches. I can get in all those little nooks and crannies, those tiny little spaces that it would take hours to try and do this with a roller.
Yeah.
Now look on this brick. Right here. With no trouble at all, I can cover that entire brick surface.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful coat of paint now to freshen up your fireplace, to freshen up the stucco outside your house, the wood paneling that's inside the den that you just need a new color on there, right?
Right. And this is a fast way to do it because we all know that paint is the quickest way to completely change the look of your home. But it might be the quickest way, but in reality, if you're doing this and that, it very quickly gets to be tiresome. But when you can do it this fast, it's better.
And what if we move outside the house, Tamara? And, you know, we were talking about freshening up your house. The easiest, most economical way to freshen up the entire look of your house, of course, is with a fresh coat of paint. Yeah. But you could spend thousands of dollars on a contractor or a professional to come paint it. You don't have to do that. Watch. Outside the house right here, our white picket fence, classic look. Maybe you're selling your house. One thing that realtors always tell you, the best way to make your house look fresh and new and make it sell quicker is a nice fresh coat of paint.
A nice clean coat of paint. You touch up those projects.
Yes, some of us are staying in our houses longer these days. And again, a great way to freshen it up, make it look nice and new. And look at how I'm getting right on these pickets of the fence so accurately. And again, in no time at all, I can get into these little nooks and crannies right in here.
Yeah.
So hard to do with a brush.
Because normally, if you were doing that with a brush, it would take you all weekend and maybe into the next weekend just to do the whole fence. But with this, you can just really do and, you know, make quick work of it because it's a nice even coat. You're not using excess paint, so you're saving money there. And you're just kind of moving down the line with different kinds of paint.
I have stain here. Now, as Tamara said, we can use all different kinds of paints. Polyurethanes, oil-based paints, latex paints, all different kinds of paints that you can use with the paint zoom. Here's some stain because I have our nice fence here and I want the grain to show through. I want to see these nice pine knots in the paint, right? Or, I'm sorry, in the fence. I don't want to cover those over with paint. I just want to make that surface show through nicely. So I have some stain here. Look at how beautifully that just covers.
Yeah. And look at
that redwood look. So fast and so easy. I mean, really effortless painting. That's amazing. Now watch. On these little lattice pieces here, again, I'm going to use that spot jet adjustment. And I can come right down the lattice this way, right down the lattice that way.
Look at that.
And in seconds, I can do this lattice with these little intricate surfaces, these little nooks and crannies that it's so hard to get into with brushes and rollers.
So if you're the one who is responsible with keeping up the maintenance of your house and keeping up the look of your house, this is going to be really nice for you. And just to answer a couple questions, notice that there's not a lot of overspray. You know what? Because like Mark said, he's been painting all morning. He doesn't have paint. He's not wearing the paint overalls with paint all over him.
That's right.
I'm standing a little bit back, but I don't have paint all over me. And he even did the ceiling. And we don't have paint all over the floor. So you know what? You don't have all of that splashing and stepping in paint. And also, it's something that you can carry. It will heat up a little bit. I just want you to know it is going to be nice. It's going to be warm because you do have that nice power. But the fact that it's over a crossbody, you don't even have to really interact with it. I like the fact that they kind of re-engineered the hose a little bit, so it's going to stay where it's supposed to be. So this is the time that if you've seen this in the past and you've wanted to try it, you've got it on 3 FlexPay of $33.32. And you can do indoors, outdoors, intricate areas like louver doors. Look at that.
See, louver doors are one thing that I know everybody who paints cannot stand to do louver doors because, well, everything...
They charge extra for that.
It's drips, it's splotches, it's brush strokes that you can see. It's just an impossible surface to try to do with a brush. And with the paint tube, I can do this door, and look at that. From this old kind of battered looking surface to this nice bright shiny color in just seconds.
Beautiful.
The other thing about the paint zoom that we should mention is cleanup, because have you ever tried to clean out a paint roller?
Yes.
I mean, most of us
usually just throw it away.
Just throw it away.
Yeah.
Those little disposable brushes. That's more money that you're wasting. Whereas with the paint zoom, there are 5 easy pieces to disassemble. They clean up with soap and water.
Oh, that's
just
good.
like that.
So I just put the soap and water in and just run it through like I would the paint?
Yeah, you could run it through the paint like you would the paint, or you can also just, with a sponge and soap and water, you can clean out the container, you can clean out the nozzle. So easy, so simple, and so much cost saving by using
How much paint does this hold?
This holds a quart of paint, which can do kind of an average-sized room with just 1 jar of paint. I actually... 2 weeks ago, my friend needed to paint his living room, and I said, hey, you know what? I got this thing. Let me come over. About 20 minutes. Painted
the whole living
room with the paint.
It's going to take you longer to move the furniture than it will take you to actually paint the room. And that's, you know, that's the best part, is that you can really get those projects done. And we know what we need to get done. We know what we've been putting off. I was talking with Mark earlier. He was saying, you know, maybe your now 14-year-old daughter is tired of her pink room and she wants to be a little bit more grown up, and you've been putting it off for several years. Now is the time that maybe you two together can do that great project.
But Tamara, I'm telling you, you can prepare the paint, prepare the room, and give her the paint zoom and let her do it herself.
And say, go for it.
What a great way to empower that teenager to get rid of her pink princess room and make it a color of her own.
Yes.
I want to show you one other thing. You know, for crafters or people who like that trash to treasure kind of project, right? So I found this little wicker bench locally at an antique mart.
Yeah.
And wicker is something that, how do you paint this with a brush? Now, you could buy a couple of cans of spray paint. Maybe that would do it. But then again, you're wasting money on those cans. It's environmentally not a good idea to be throwing those away.
Right.
Watch with the paint zoom. I can get right in there, into that wicker. And again, in a matter of seconds, I'm giving this beautiful coverage.
Yes.
Right there.
No dripping.
No dripping, no splotching, no brush strokes, nothing to clean up. I have my little spot jet setting here so I can get into the sides of that.
And look, it's so intricate. I mean, I don't know anything more intricate than wicker, because it's literally a basket weave going in and out, and you're getting all of that.
And
now,
I'm getting
I know
all that coverage right there.
I know that we're running out of time, but you've seen that we've done the wall, the ceiling, the corner, the stucco, you know, the brick. We've done wicker. We've done stain. You can do your regular paint, your VOCs, your low VOC paint. You can do any paint that's not a textured paint will work here. And you get everything that you need, including the tape and the drop cloths. So there's
including
no
the DVD of
DVD.
instructions with me.
Yes,
so there
for
you go.
sure. So you'll see Mark on the tape. We thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you. And for all of you who are calling in, it is 141221. You can stay on the line. Several hundred of you are giving us a call.